Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be continuing reading our entire Bible, uh, you know, through the Action Bible, of course. So, we're getting into this story today, which is called Two Strikes, You're Out. This is based on Numbers of chapter 20, verses 1 through 13, so let's go ahead and hit you out to this. When hardship comes, the people forget that it was their fear that kept them from taking the good land God had promised them. Again and again they complain. As always, they still complain. And the bad thing is the Bible has told us many times, as we've seen, even up to this point, there are many verses. One that stands out the most is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Nothing is impossible to he who believes. Verses like that. And people forget those. You got to think, God created all this that which we see. He has given us, everything that we have. He created the entire universe that's so big we can't even comprehend just how long it goes on. Everything that's in it. And he created all this. Why can't he help you, get a job? Why can't he help you get a car? Or why can't he help you beat a sickness that you have, or cancer? Or anything? People give up. They lose hope. They lose faith. They blame God for things. They complain. And instead, you guys need to keep your faith. Stay strong and keep praying. Pray and pray and pray and pray. And don't give up like Job did. Job didn't give up. And he went on like that for a long time. It wasn't just like a day. It went on for like that for a long time. God's not always going to give you something right away. He needs to test you. Make sure you're ready for it. Make sure you're ready for his blessings. And let me tell you, when it gets to that point, the blessings are going to be, nothing that you're going to be able to comprehend. I mean, it's just going to be incredible. You got to keep the faith. And if the world keeps putting you down, it seems like people hate you. Now, I want to get on this point real quick, especially the way the world is right now. If people keep putting you down and, keep trying to bash Christianity and just all this other stuff, you have to stay strong, because Jesus said, and I quote, "The world hated me and it will hate you." That means if it doesn't, you're not like him. So if the world hates you, you're like Jesus. You're pushing some buttons, especially on the devil, because that's why the world's going to hate you, because the devil is influencing all these people. And he doesn't like it when people, pastors and things like that are preaching the word, especially when they go out on the streets and they preach to people who haven't heard it yet. They don't like that. He does not like that one bit. He despises it, and he will try his best to put you down. And then all these other people that are sinful, he leaves alone, because they're doing what he wants them to do. So it seems like they're getting all this good stuff and good things are happening to them. Of course it's going to be like that. You're serving the one true God. But don't lose hope, because you are serving the one true God. And if you keep going, no matter what the devil puts in your way, I guarantee you God is going to bless you, as I said before. And keep preaching. Don't care what the world thinks of you. Don't care what other people think of you, or how much they hate you or hate God, or it's happening now more than ever. People are changing churches to these pride churches and just stuff that is completely against God. Stuff that's an abomination, as Jesus has said. Don't give up. Get out there and preach. Get out there and tell them that what they're doing is wrong, that what they're doing is an abomination. Jesus Christ showed us the example of how we're supposed to live. He showed us when he was living here. He was not just here to die on the cross. He was here to show us, to give us an example of how we are supposed to live, of how we are supposed to walk this earth, of how we're supposed to carry ourselves. No matter how many, all the men that hated him, spit on him, whatever, he loved them no matter what. And he continued preaching God. Day after day he served God. He prayed. 33 years that he was on this earth, even after death. So, he's the prime example. And Jesus died on the cross for us, for all these people that bash him, for all these people that despise him, for all these people that make fun of him and mock him. He still loves them, as should you. And even though they're going against his word, he loves them, and he died for them. All the sins that you've done, all the sins that you will do, that's what he was there for. He took all of that in. and he washed us. He can wash you clean. That way, he did that so we can go to heaven with him. And he carried all the people from paradise to heaven as well. So, we have to, we need to think about that on a daily basis, what he did for us. And that's a reminder, of why we shouldn't give up, of why we shouldn't give up on other people. No matter how bad their people may seem or whatever, that anybody could be changed. So no matter how this world, is treating us or how people are treating you, it doesn't matter. You serve God, and that's what matters, the one true God. All right, let's get back on today's story, though. As again, they begin to complain. No water. Now what will I do? The spring is dry. Now how can I cook or wash? I'll have our tribal leaders take this up with Moses. Well, Moses, where are we going to get water? Did you lead us out here to die of thirst? We've had enough. Let's go back to Egypt. At least there we have food and water. And there's where the big thing comes. You want water? I'll give you water. In a fit of anger, Moses strikes a nearby rock with a staff twice. Water pours out, but God is not happy. Now Moses teaches the people to obey. If he doesn't obey, because of his bad example, God tells Moses that he will never enter the promised land. So this was a big one. So because of the fact that people complained, that continued to complain and disobeyed God, and was afraid of certain things, he didn't it made him travel for 40 years. Now Moses, in a fit of anger, shows a bad example by striking the rock just to give them what they want, water, and therefore now Moses will never enter the promised land. He will never see it, where before he was able to. Unfortunately, it's just a punishment for God. He still went to heaven, but, he shouldn't have acted the way he did. So, it's a prime example of, always listen to God. Again, people complain and, people whine and things like that. Don't listen to him. He shouldn't have struck the rock. Unfortunately, he did. And it was due to the fact that, again, the people were annoying him and things like that. And instead, he should have, teach them and told them, as he always has. But, things happen and we make mistakes. As always, take it easy, guys. Hopefully you learned something new. And just remember what I said at the beginning of the video. God bless.